Hello and welcome to part 13 of the Latics, and things have been going really well. So viewers, recently the results have been quite good, and it's actually starting to make me think about what happened last year, in terms of not as in last year as in real time, as in last year as in that, with Oldham. So, last year we started off quite well. And then we changed tactic. Well, we started off quite well, but didn't really sort of make too much of an impact. Then we changed a tactic, and then things started going quite well. And as you can see, things didn't actually start kicking off too good to start off with. 4 points in the first 4 games. Then we changed the tactic, and these 2 wins, which you saw in episode 12. Then, this is what's happened ever since. So 3-1 against Blackpool in the Checkatrade Trophy. We've done a 3-0 win against Fleetwood, 3-all against Southend, 2-0 against Shrewsbury, and 3-0 against Coventry. And we are actually getting goals in. And 3-0 was the game in which I showed on Twitter with Kieran O'Hara doing that amazing double save in the penalty. And he did really well there. It was absolute phenomenal stuff. So let's hope we can keep this on. I just don't want history to repeat itself and since we have a good start to the season and then things sort of tail off towards the end. I need this to be sort of, if we're going to make something of this, obviously I'm not expecting anything, we're going to have to, progress forward. But as you can see, we are first in the Sky Bet League 1. Which I'm really impressed with that. I'm so happy for the lads with that. They've done so well to keep themselves composed and get, as many goals as they can. I think we were 3-2 down here and we ended up drawing in the last 2 minutes of the game. It was absolutely phenomenal. So today we're playing Portsmouth and Newport County, so let's get those games up and running. We'll have a quick look at the teams right now because I haven't actually had a look properly. We've gone for quite a strong side. I know we've got 2 games within the space of a week. But we've gone for a stronger side against this team, seeing as they are closer and higher up in the table than we are. Not higher up in the table we are. No one can be higher up in the table because we're first. Oh yes, did I say that? We are first. Oldham Athletic are first in League 1, pressing forward towards the championship status. Can't let myself get ahead of me. Right, so we've gone for Ryan Cassidy up front, Nepo and Blackett, Taylor on the wings, Joe Powell in the centre, Matt Butcher and Glendon, who are starting to create a really good partnership together, Jacobs on the wing, Caddis on the other wing, and then Dunn and Edmondson in the centre, who them two also starting to create a decent partnership, and Kieran O'Hara in goal. They've got some decent players actually. They've got this guy, Dominic Samuel, who looks pretty decent on loan from Blackburn. They've also got this guy, Ronan Curtis, who looks like a decent winger. Very good technicals there. Right, so let's get this game on the road. Let's just have a quick, come on lads, let's do, a team should be winning this without any problem whatsoever. Let's get this going. So they're starting us off in the black, and we are in the classic Oldham blue at the moment. As there you can see the league, we're only 1 point above Bolton, but 1 point's enough. Dunn's found some brilliant space, and Blackett Taylor's there. What a save from McGee! Oh my god, how has he done that? That was an amazing bit of play from that keeper. Gets about 4 saves in there maybe? I think one hit the crossbar, 2 hit him. He was on the floor and he managed to save it. Great play from their keeper. Right, they're on the ball now. Samuel passes it into Curtis. Curtis found some space. Finds Nepo. Nepo finds it into Law, unfortunately, and Law just buries it but doesn't actually find the target. So this possession-based football tactic we've had, I know last episode was like boring tactics, but things have changed since then. Things have started to pick up a little bit in terms of we're actually starting to get some goals, which is what we really needed. Saying that though, here we are, and there's nothing happened for the last 30 minutes of the game. So, it might still be a boring tactic, who knows? I mean, a lot of the stuff ends up happening in the second half of the match. And, a lot of the goals have been coming in that stage. We are a bit tired because we did have a game on Saturday, now it's Tuesday. So, obviously, we're not going to be performing to a peak. But we can just hope that we can build on whatever we've done so far. And keep this form going. That's what we need to do. Just keep the form, ongoing as the games go on, and hope we can actually start to build something in this League 1. Like I did say, in middle of last year, the last season we had, I said there wasn't too much of a golfing class between League 1 and League 2. Powell's now got the ball, takes a free kick, unfortunately. That's where we missed Taylor. Taylor was our amazing free kick taker. And there isn't much of a difference. In terms of players and everything, there is a little bit. But actually, in terms of actual how the game is being played, etc., we're not doing too bad. I haven't actually got a striker on the pitch. So Ryan Cassidy's going to see the game out. I'm going to bring Omer on for him onto that left wing. He's been a great player so far. Theo, can he come on for anyone? I think he's going to bring on for Glenn and swap those two around. And then I think we're going to keep Joe Powell on just for the moment and see how that goes. O'Hara with the ball, kicks it up into Blackett Taylor, who loses it to Clark. Curtis has found some space, passes it into Morrison to the centre, deep centre there onto the low, onto the wing, who walks into the centre, and Morganson's found some space, and O'Hara should be saving that. Gustav Morganson has just done a shot which didn't actually look too good. O'Hara should be saving that. Let's have a look at that again. Low into Walks. Why is Nepo not pressing him even more than that? And Morganson just takes a first time shot, and O'Hara, he gets a hand to it, but I don't know why he doesn't get a full hand to it to push it away. It's quite close to his body. I know it's dipping, but at the same time, he is of this standard and he should be able to do better than that. I think that was the time to make the sub for Joe Powell for Carl Scott. Carl Scott is another player who's actually been doing all right. He's been playing okay. I mean, they've got more of the possession than we have, so that's bothering me a little bit. Jacobson takes a shot. McGee he's been an absolute wonder hero for them. Omaya on this corner, can he whip it in? Can he find someone's head? Anyone? Pass it to Theo quite short. Theo's found some play into the middle. Ohio gets it over there, and Blackett Taylor's now on this wing, and I don't think anything's going to come from it. I think this is going to be sort of a highlight to end the game. But we do have a free kick. But McGee has been, that first save he did at the start, I don't know what he did. Edmondson, why couldn't he found a foot to get onto that? Unfortunately, Doncaster, who were bottom of the league, probably about 4 games ago, probably more than that, but about 7 games ago when we played them, and now they're top of the league. So they've done all right as well. Oh well, unfortunate one and lost. All good things have to come to an end. There is another game we've got going on. We've got Newport County, so I will see you for that in just a second. Okay, guys. So this is our formation we're going to have for Newport. We've changed the changed the formation a bit. We've gone back to the one we had last season and when we were in League One. There's the 2 different ones. How they're sort of the players have changed a little bit because it's Newport County. They are near the bottom of the league. I'm going to play a bit more of an attacking, line up, attacking formation, etc. to hopefully push us a bit forward. So we've got Cassidy up front as usual, Nepo and Blackett Taylor on the wings, Powell in the centre, Marich and Glendon in midfields. We've got Lafferty and Hunt on the wing backs, and then we've got Andonian and Dunn in the centre with O'Hara in goal. I've gone for Marich today because I think he's not been too bad as a whole. He's a good player. He's a good ball winning midfielder. He knows the role really well. So that's why we've stuck with him today. He was a good player as well, actually. Gabriel, when I brought him on the other day. One player I didn't actually show you. I think we signed him in, and I haven't really shown you anything about him. This is Paul Caddis. Some of you might know Paul Caddis. Very sort of journeyman from Scotland. All over the place. He's been to Swindon, Birmingham, Bury, Blackburn, Bradford, etc. So we've signed him. He's been a pretty good player actually in comparison to Rob Hunt, who's not too bad a player, but he has struggled a little bit this season. He got some goal, I think, but that's basically going on. So let's go for this game against Newport County, one of our promotion teams that came up with us from League One last season. They've got Mandeville, who looks like a pretty decent striker, not too bad, actually a winger. So they're playing up front, bit risky, but fair enough. Right, so let's get this game going and see what we can get out of it. I think last time we lost against Newport County. Last game against who was it again? Goodness, forgotten now. Portsmouth, who they are a very good side themselves. Managed to do quite well. Right, Nepo on the ball. Can he find someone with it? Plants it back to Marich into the centre. This is the first highlight, and can something come from it? Cassidy's now got the ball. Finds the Powell. Can Powell take a shot? Does take a shot, but nothing comes from it, and it's gone out for a throw. Oh, I think we've got another one here. Nepo finds some space. He's finding some space in the centre, finds Hunt. Can Hunt do anything with it? If he finds, trying to find Blackett Taylor on the wing, doesn't manage to do that as total, but Hunt's just now giving it back to Najoli. Now I'm thinking, if that was Paul Caddis, would this be happening? Lovely tackle by Maric there, fantastic play. Nepo gets dispossessed there. Now Forbes is on the ball, who passes it to Boveda Ocampo. But can he do something with it? He tries to get back to Forbes, who tries to ping it back into the centre, gets it to O'Brien. Now Nepo's back on the ball, just shoots it at someone's back. Now Cassidy's found some space. Can he find a shot? He's got it back and he's done another goal. It's his 4th goal of the season. Come on, Cassidy. We need a player. We need a striker who can score goals for us. This is what we need. This is what we've been looking for. And he did get a bit lucky there. You know, Andonian just launches it up the pitch. Cassidy finds some space, takes a shot. Nothing comes from it. And then Cassidy gets it back again off the rebound of the keeper and then finds the net. That's his 4th goal of the season so far, so fingers crossed. And that puts us back up to the top of the league at the moment, since that was the first goal within the 3 minutes. This is early days, but like I said, you know, these places are probably not going to be the same, you know, in the next 10 games. You know, in the next 10 games, things might be a bit different. But this attacking formation has gone quite well. They had no shots so far. Their possession is very limited, so we're keeping the ball away from them. Probably learning from the possession tactic we've got as well. So we're combining the two together. And things are not looking too bad at the moment. Lincoln doing very well at the moment. Another one of the promotion teams. Probably my personal rivals. I absolutely detest them. Because that was a good goal by Keanu Marsh-Brown. I absolutely detest Lincoln. They beat us 4-0 at the start of the league. They beat us every single time we played them so far. We haven't had a chance against them. That was a very good, nice free kick from Butler. Gets to the crossbar and then Keanu Marsh-Brown is just there. Good player, Keanu Marsh-Brown. I know. He played for Forest Green, didn't he? I think that's what team he used to play for. And I think that's put Lincoln top of the table at the moment, or maybe Doncaster might just be edging above them. So with that 1-1, you know, I think that was their first shot on goal actually. So we one of 2. Maric now found the ball in the centre. Passes it back to Andonian. Can Andonian start to create something from the back here? Gets Lafferty on the wing. Passes it into Nepo. Nepo finds Glendon. Glendon's got some players around him. Powell now has got plenty of space on the wing. Blackett Taylor takes a shot, and that's his 4th goal as well this season. Very good. He has been a very good signing so far, especially on that wing. He gets into the box, he finds some space, and he always manages to get a shot away. And he's been absolutely fantastic. Powell does the right thing there. He has got 2 players to choose from. He goes for Blackett Taylor, and Blackett Taylor just takes it and gets it into the back of the net. 2-1 to Oldham. Come on, lads, let's keep this form going. With Luton on joint points with us at the top of the table, 1 and 2. Now Newport have a bit of a chance. Antonian takes that away from them, passes it to Lafferty, gets into Maric, and Maric has found Nepo, who's on the wing, has got plenty of space to run into. Can he find someone? He finds Powell. Powell gets it into Glendon. Glendon finds Cassidy, who's got acres of space, and he should be shooting from there. And he should be scoring from there, sorry. He did shoot. Found acres of space there. He should be scoring from there. You know, it's about 10 foot away from the goal. Now Hunt's got a throw in, gets it to Blackett Taylor. Can he find back to Hunt? Hunt gets crossed into there, finds Cassidy, and Cassidy's got a header in. I mean, I'm a bit unsure about that because it looked like he did push the goalkeeper a little bit, but I'll take that. 3-1 so far. Let's have a quick look at that again. Blackett Taylor finds some space. He just gets it back to Hunt. Hunt sort of goes for the cross, and Cassidy's in there, and Cassidy does get the ball before the Townsend does, so that's a perfectly acceptable goal for us. That's the 5th goal for him this season. I'm hoping he can become that striker we needed last season. We started to see it in Callum Lang a little bit, but nothing really developed from Callum Lang. Okay, so Ryan finds Najoli onto the wing. Najoli's found acres of space, and there's loads of space in that defence. I don't know why we're so like that, probably because we're using our attacking tactic. We'll go back to the one where we're a bit more possession based. Maybe we can see this game out. We don't want to lose any goals towards the end of the game, because we can do that. I think I'm going to actually bring on some subs actually. It seems time for subs. We're going to bring on Durnley for actually no, we're going to keep Blackett Taylor on because he's having quite a good game. Gabriel's going to come on for Nepo, who had a very good game the last match he had. I think he got sent off though, but he did get an assist and he did look quite prominent in the back in the attacking lineup. We're going to bring on Ryan Long into the back of defence there, and we're also going to bring on Theo for Maric and swatch Theo and Glendon around. fingers crossed it's going to give us just a little bit more extra to hold us into this position, so we don't get a bit lacklustre towards the end of the game. And I think we're going to see it out. There's a couple of minutes left to go anyway. So Forbes does a throw, and there's the end of the game. Fantastic play, lads. It's put us, I think, back onto the top spot, which is really good, and I'm really impressed with that. That was a very good performance. Against a team that is not doing too well, though, that's what I'm kind of thinking is it's just sort of a practice exercise for us to keep these points going. So, you know, we just got to hope that this form carries on. I know we lost the game against Portsmouth, but we can lose the odd game now and again. Saying that, though, we did think that we had that mentality last season, and it sort of ended up, you know, doing things we didn't exactly, you know, achieve as much as we possibly could have. But as you can see, the top of the table, we are there with 23 points at the moment, and we can only progress from there. I mean, our main thing was basically to avoid relegation this season, and I still think that's probably going to be our main thing. But like I said last season, if we can do well, and we can consistently do well, why not? Why can't we go forward? I'm going to reassess this whole situation, where we are in about mid-table, mid of the season. So, you know, 23 games, 24 games in, just you know, in the January transfer window, see where we are and see where we can build up from there. So let's have a look at where we're going to come back now. We're probably going to come back now for, we've got Burton twice, this Burton and Wigan game in November. So that'll be part 14, and hopefully we can get a few more wins in between then. We've got some pretty decent sides, you know, coming up. Top sides, Bristol Rovers probably the only one that's actually not in the top 10. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please give a massive like down there. If you want to see more daily content, please subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. See you later. Cheerio.